Jacqueline. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are going to be doing my December wrap up. So in December I read a total of 5 books, which is a grand total of 124 books for the year of 2019. Yeah. So let's get started with the first book I read this month. Okay, first book on the list is The Guinevere Deception by Kiersten White, and this is a King Arthur retelling. It follows Guinevere, who is King Arthur's wife, and she is there to keep Arthur safe because she is a kind of like a sorcery, a witch, if you will. It's a great twist on a classic story. I think I've always loved King Arthur and this whole world. And Kiersten White is one of my favorite authors of the year. I love her writing, and this was just another great book to add on. This was a 5-star read, and if you like King Arthur as much as I do, I highly recommend checking this out. This was a great read. Yeah, if you want, go check it out. And Kiersten White has another book coming out in January of 2020. Go check out that book. It's called Chosen. It's the sequel to Slayer. I possibly did a book review about it. Go check that out as well. Okay, moving on to the next book. Okay, next book on this list is Heartstrings and Other Breakable Things by Jacqueline Freaks. I don't know, I'm sorry. Last name's complicated. Anyway, this is a contemporary. I got it from Book of the Month. It was one of the December books. It's a contemporary, like I said. It's basically a love triangle between this girl named Eddie, and her mother just passed away, and now she is living with her aunt and her aunt's family, and she runs into Sebastian, I believe his name is. Yes, so Sebastian was her first crush, her first love. In the way when they were children, they shared their first kiss together. It was really sweet, but they haven't seen each other in years, and Sebastian has a girlfriend. Then she meets Henry, who is Sebastian's girlfriend's brother, Henry, and he's known as the bad boy around town. And there's a great love triangle. I gave this a 3 out of 5-star rating just because it wasn't what I expected. I expected to really love this book, but I didn't. I don't know if it's just I'm maturing as a reader, and it's just not, like, love triangle contemporaries are not my cup of tea anymore. But it was a fun read, a light-hearted read. If you like contemporaries, I would check it out. Maybe you'll like it more than I would. That's all I really have to say about this book. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, next book on the list is The Toll by Neal Shusterman, which is the 3rd book in the Scythe series. Trilogy. I said trilogy. And this book, basically, I don't want to say too much because it, like I said, is the 3rd and final installment in the trilogy. This is a 5-star read. Oh, that ending was whoo-hoo. If you read this, you know I was like, oh, give me the feels, but I was like, what happens next? But if you don't know what the Scythe series is, it's basically set in a world where there's no more death or diseases or dying of old age. You can basically live forever, really, in a sense, but there always has to be a balance. That's what life calls for. So they create something called scythes, and they're basically Grim Reapers, and they have a kind of like a formula to see who's next. It's their time, and they call them gleaming. Basically, it's killing. This is a really great series. I started this trilogy this year, so I was able to kind of marathon all of them. I think I only waited like a month for this when this came out. Yeah, so it was really good. Yeah, 5 out of 5-star reads. Moving on to the next book. Okay, next book on this list is A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy, and this was the Fairy Loot book of November. I knew nothing about this book. It was just a book that was in the subscription service. Basically, it's about a 16-year-old girl named Evie who is a princess. And in their world, they have powers. There are fays. There's humans, fays, and they have magic. And their magics are in their tattoos, which I think is really cool. You know, their magic comes from the tattoos on their body. But because she is a princess, she has an older sister name. Can't remember her name because I didn't like her. Anyway, her and her sister, because they are both princesses, only one can take the throne. And for generations of generations, when there's sisters, they have to fight each other to the death. On their name day, of their 17th name day, both sisters have to kill each other. And there is a spell that they can only die by each other's hands. Nobody else can kill them. Their sisters has to. Now, Evie struggles with her magic in this book. While her sister is 2 years older and very bright and knows how to use her magic, while Evie is still struggling with that. This was surprised me that how much I liked it. Usually I'm not big with high fantasies, but this year I've been getting more into high fantasies. I'm really happy that I read this book. It was a great read, and there is a sequel coming out next year, which I'm really excited for because it kind of left on a cliffhanger. Thanks. But yeah, so this was a 4 out of 5 star read. Like I said, this was a Fairy Loot box. You probably saw me unbox it on my Fairy Loot. If not, go check out that video to see me open this bad boy. But let's get on to the final book I read of December. Okay, final book I read in this month was Flipped by Wendelin Van Deren. I don't know. Anyway, if you've probably seen the movie called Flipped of the same name, directed by Rob Reiner. Basically, it's about first loves. This is a contemporary, and it's about Julie Baker and Bryce something. Yeah, so they have lived next door to each other since they were 7 years old, and Julie has been in love with Bryce since the first day they met. Bryce did not reciprocate those feelings. He hated Julie Baker. You know, she was that annoying girl across the street who would bother him, and he just hated it. And this is told by both point of views, and this is basically how you can not really know somebody. You can be in love with somebody but not truly know what's underneath. Basically seeing the inner than the outer beauty, because there's a line where she's like, I don't really know him. I know what I see, his dazzling blue eyes, but I don't truly know him. And I think it was a really cute contemporary. It's just so cute of how you really think you can know someone but really truly not know them at all. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. It was just really cute. I suggest checking out the movie. The movie was really good with the source material. But yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video of my December wrap up. And as you can see, it's very nice right here. So in recent years, if you haven't heard, I put up bookshelves. I have 3 more bookshelves in my room, so a total of 5 bookshelves. Will I do a bookshelf tour? Maybe I'll try. It's just for some reason YouTube does not like me uploading long videos. I always get told, I can't. I don't know why I can't. It just won't let me. I've tried. But yeah, so I'm Jacqueline. This is my city of books that's growing every single day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you read any of these books. And I would love to hear your thoughts about these books. If you loved them, if you hated them, tell me why you hate them or why you love them. Okay, until next time.